Hey students! Welcome to another episode of Hey Students. This is episode 9 of Hey Students. I like seeing you guys every week, like I said last time. It's fun playing with you guys. I enjoy it. My son and I are headed right now to go on an adventure. We're gonna go find another Lego store. We're gonna take the train and tracks and the bus. We're gonna go check out another cool Lego store. So we're gonna talk about some fun stuff today. Let's get going. All right, let's get our tickets. Back in my first job, I used to take my bike from work, and I'd take the bus and then the train to get to work. It would take me an hour to get to work every day. And then an hour to get back that way. It was fun. I like the bus and I like the train. On tracks now, going to Mill Creek. So we just got off tracks and now we're gonna get a bus. Okay, now we're on a bus. Here we go. Okay, we just got off the bus, this bus. Now we gotta walk a little bit and then we're at the new Bricks and Minifigs. Woohoo! We made it, Bricks and Minifigs in Mill Creek, woohoo! Have you guys ever been to this park? It is so cool. Look at this. Push the button.
To select a message, please press the button and continue pressione un botón.
Okay, Houston, we got both the doors open, 317, looks like the sun's coming out.
Roger, we show you on the Terminator. Columbia, Houston, enjoy the view. You are go for orbit. And the fuel cell purge looks good to us. We'll be picking up TV at model.
So cool! Hey guys, it is 2:45 in the morning and our little baby woke up to have some food and then she wouldn't go back to sleep. So I am taking her for a little walk in the stroller outside because it was hot in our room. It's cooler out here. She's all bundled up in a blankie. But yeah, this is one of the joys of being a parent. Oh yes, and my shirt says, my boss calls me dad. That's true. She's my boss. I wanted to talk a little bit about music. These episodes I've just been talking about silly stuff, things that, hobbies and stuff that interests me, but I haven't really talked much about music. I wanted to talk about like what got me into music as a kid, kind of my journey. When I was a kid, my family, I'm the oldest of my family. I have a brother and 3 sisters, and my mom and dad, they're very musical people. I don't know, my mom plays piano. My dad loves music a lot. He listens to a lot of classic rock. He loves it. He knows so much about that stuff. If you ask him trivia about different bands, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, he knows a lot. I grew up in a family that wasn't necessarily classically trained in that, you know, they didn't really play any instruments. My mom played the piano a little bit and she sang a lot, but I grew up in a family that valued music a lot. We always had music on, and something that I realize now that I'm an adult that was helpful to me as a musician was that my family listened to a lot of instrumental music. So music that didn't have words. Not that music that has words is bad, but I think it prepared me to appreciate orchestral music and jazz and even pop music that doesn't have words in it. Because I do have a deep love of music, just instrumental, just music for music's sake that doesn't necessarily tell a specific story, although a lot of music does, even instrumental music. A lot of it does tell a specific story. I grew up listening to, we had the Nutcracker. I listened to a lot of the Nutcracker when I was a kid. I remember having a CD player and being in bed listening to the Nutcracker with my headphones. And I would just be sitting there and I would come up with little stories in my head that weren't the Nutcracker story. There's just other random stories I would come up with of what was going on during the music. And this is when I was like 7 or 8, and it was fun. I love the Nutcracker. It is a little overplayed during Christmas time. Some musicians really don't like the Nutcracker because it's kind of cliche and overplayed, but I just grew up loving it. I love it. The first CD I ever had that I bought was the Return of the Jedi soundtrack, and I would listen to that for hours. And even now, when I listen to it, I can tell you what the dialogue is in the movie by just listening to the music. And I love the music from Star Wars. My parents would listen, so we had Nutcracker. They randomly would buy these CDs that I don't know what they were, like where they were from. We had this one from this band called Cusco, which I believe was like this band of people from, I think, Peru, and they didn't sing, they just play like this instrumental music that had like panpipes and flutes and like stringed instruments and drums and stuff. We grew up with that just on all the time. They also had this other CD that I guess was the soundtrack to like some NASA documentary, but it was like some IMAX documentary that we somehow got the soundtrack to. And we would listen to that music. So I don't know, we listened to a lot of music. A lot of it also had words and stuff, and there were a lot of pop songs, but yeah, my mom would sing to us a lot. We'd listen to a lot of like tapes with like kids folk music on it. Yes, Barney, but also some other stuff, a lot of church songs. So they didn't shy away from instrumental music. And I think that helps prepare me to have an appreciation for it later when I started studying it more and becoming more exposed to it. So I think I'll stop here. I think another time I'll talk about my musical career after. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a little weird. I didn't get as much recorded as I thought I would. You guys are great. Keep practicing. Music is so good for you, and it's so important. It really does enrich your life, even if you don't become a full-time musician later as an adult. Stick with it. Keep doing it. If you're able to get private lessons, go for it. I hope you guys have a good week. I'll catch you on the flippity flip.